Hello, everybody. Welcome to Swan TV. I'm James Groves, Managing Director of Indigo Swan. Got a new initiative on Swan TV moving forward over the next couple of weeks, next couple of months. I'm sort of racking my brains and thinking, what do we not see out there on social media, LinkedIn, Twitter, etc. And it occurred to me that very rarely do you see people speak to their former employees. And I thought, well, that's a bit strange. That's a bit wrong. A lot of former employees have gone on to great things, gone on to better things. And made huge successes of themselves. So I wanted to bring that to Swan TV, and I wanted to bring some former Swans in to have a chat with them about what they're doing. And I'm delighted to welcome to the first episode somebody who was a very long-running Swan, and that is Tina Moseley, who is now Group Head of People at the Cornwall Insight Group. So Tina, welcome.
Thanks very much, James. What an introduction.
Talk to us. What have you been doing since you left Indigo Swan, which now probably seems like a lifetime ago, because I appreciate it probably was a lifetime ago.
It was January 2016. So
2016.
That's
ridiculous.
I know. So what have I been doing?
What have you been doing? What have you been up to?
Yeah. So just before I left Indigo Swan, I'd made the decision to invest in myself and do my CIPD, because I really am passionate about people. And so by leaving Indigo Swan, it gave me the opportunity then to go into lots of other different businesses to try and broaden my experience and expertise in HR. I did on a number of temporary roles, which gave me a breadth of experience, which was wonderful. And I met some amazing people. I moved to Cornwall Insights 2 years ago, literally handed my notice in 5 days before Boris Johnson's locked us down. And I was just thinking, oh my goodness me, what have I done?
What have I done? This is the worst time.
But it was amazing. So the great thing about Cornwall Insight is they wanted somebody to come in and own the people agenda, and they gave me the autonomy to do that. So they're really interested at a board level and a senior leadership level, what I wanted to do, what I wanted to bring to the business, what my ideas were, how we can change things, how we can put culture right at the center of what we do.
What are you most proud of in the last 2 years then?
Oh my gosh, what am I so most proud of? Obviously, the best employer.
Absolutely. Smashed it.
Oh my gosh.
Law for Business Awards last year, wasn't it?
Was amazing. I think winning that was, to get to be a finalist was amazing, but then to have our name called out was just clarified and confirmed everything that we'd worked so hard for. And it's not just me, it's everybody in the business.
So what do you think when you worked at Indigo Swan all those many moons ago now? What do you think the biggest thing you learned was during that time that's helped you in what you do now?
I think learning to really go back to my values. I've always been a values-driven person, but I really do check in with my values and the values of the business, that whichever business I work in, I wouldn't go for an organisation that didn't have values. I wouldn't be able to work in an organisation like that.
No, good.
Just couldn't. It would just go against how I feel and how I live,
Absolutely. What's your fondest memory of being a Swan?
Gosh, there's so many.
Good times.
Really good times. Some of the awards that we won when I was there was amazing.
That's when we really least expected it.
Yeah, exactly.
It was ridiculous. There's like 7 of us here.
Yeah, I know.
What's going on? Just being a company of 400 people. What's happening?
So I think those are really special times, but I think just being part of an organisation that really did believe in its people and had such a and had developed a really amazing culture. I think just being part of that, and even now, I'm proud that I work for Indigo Swan, and I think I formed some great relationships. I love it when I see you and Harriet and AK, Amy. It's great, and I still feel I have that connection.
100%. Once a Swan, always a Swan team.
Yeah, exactly.
What's next then? What's the immediate future looking like?
What's next?
Waiting on the horizon.
So, well, for me, I am not coming to the end of my career, but I only see myself working at this level for another 5 years. From a company perspective, we're going to focus on ESG and make sure that we're always doing the right thing, from a social perspective, from an environment perspective. And we have some, you know, we have some wonderful, we have a wonderful team here. There's just so many amazing people, and they're so incredibly talented and so passionate about what they do. And it's just a pleasure really to be able to work with them and to be able to support them in their careers.
Well, Tina, it's been lovely. Thank you ever so much for joining me.
No worries. Lovely to see you. Thank you very much.
And thank you guys for tuning in to the latest Swan TV. We'll be back with some more. I've got some more former Swans joining me over the course of the next few weeks, next few months. So please join us then to find out a little bit more about what former Swans are doing since they flew the nest.